Hello. How you doing? It's tarot time. Tarot time with Asa, Justice and the Queen of Pentacles. Bottom of my deck. So I'm sitting here and it's Friday morning and I'm enjoying my cup of coffee and trying to swallow oatmeal. Have you ever eaten something for years and loved it? Like loved it. And then all of a sudden you're like, ugh, I can't. I don't know. There's something up with oatmeal in me. I think I have to break up. I think I have to break up with oatmeal. So I've had a realization this morning, and that is today's the day that I upload my podcasts. Yeah. So Fridays by 11 o'clock, we drop. And I've been noticing myself, like little by little by little, I'm kind of like pulling back. And I don't know if I'm pulling back because I'm starting to get bored, if I'm pulling back because I'm losing interest in podcasting, if I am losing interest in how I am doing the podcasting, if I'm losing interest in the fact that I'm not having a lot of downloads every week. So I have been doing this today for 184 days. Now, I'm a practical girl and with a seriously intuitive heart and very, very strong spiritual connection to source, universe, God, spirit, whatever you want to call it. And I am working on paying attention to breadcrumbs, the breadcrumbs that I have presented in front of me. And so if I were to calculate that it's been 184 days, I keep looking down because I've looked at the numbers. And that means 184 days, I've had 1,224 downloads of my podcast. That means if I were to average it out, that is 6.65, 6.6 downloads per day for the amount of work, mental energy, and effort that it takes to do this podcast every week. What don't I like about that? Well, I guess that doesn't seem like very many numbers. It doesn't seem like that's very many people that are so interested in listening. What's the story that's happening? What is happening inside of me when I say that to myself? I guess I'm not that good. I guess I'm not that good because if I was better, more people would be listening to my podcast or more people would be watching my podcasts. Now, the interesting thing is when I say watching my podcasts, because I upload my podcasts on YouTube. But when I have a podcast on YouTube, all it is a video of me doing my podcast interview, which does not even count towards my downloads, my countable downloads. So if anyone has watched my video interviews on YouTube, they don't count. They wouldn't even add into the 1,224 people that have downloaded the podcast on, say, Spotify or Google or Apple. So I'm feeling bad about something that isn't actually even, I can't really count the numbers. I don't know what the numbers are. So why would I use that as some kind of a gauge of success? Because that's what outside influences say. Hey, how many downloads do you have? How many people do you have listening to you? How many reviews do you have? I'm like, I don't even know how many reviews I have. I don't think I have any. I don't know. I don't know. And then you start feeling bad. Yeah, because this is what happens. This is called comparisonitis. Like, well, I know other people. One of my favorite cards, the Emperor card, strongest male card in the deck. Six of Cups, Six of Cups. Cups is about emotions. Yeah, what is this childhood emotion that I'm feeling that am I pulling back, being distracted, being tested yet again by the universe. For Asa, are you willing to put in the work? Are you willing to ask for people to support you? Are you willing to show up even when you don't think anyone's listening? So interestingly, this week I had this meeting. I had a fika, a Swedish fika, which is a coffee date with a girl. I'd never met her before in my life. She reached out to me last week as she had listened to a podcast. Actually, she had watched a podcast interview that I did with the angel Jacqueline Smith in Austin, Texas, from Universal Intuition. Though I love this woman. I love Jacqueline Smith, Universal Intuition. You must follow her. She is a tarot goddess, and she does monthly tarot readings for your sun sign, and then she does a mid-month update with giving you kind of like another tarot reading mid-month. It's a general reading, but it's fantastic, and I'm actually almost always positive that she's doing it for me. So what I want to ask you is, this girl reached out to me and she said, I don't know you from anybody else, but I watched you on this interview with Jacqueline, whom I've been following since 2016, and I just had to meet you. There was something about you. I can't stop thinking about you. You keep popping into my head since I've watched this interview, and I really like to meet you. And she lives in Stockholm. And yesterday she took a train and she brought her dog with her. And I met a complete freaking stranger, had no idea who she was. I just signed up for it. Like, yeah, let's meet. Yeah, let's do this. Staying open, possibilities to meeting new people, collaboration partners. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe it's just a nice person to have a coffee with, right? And that's how it starts. That's how it starts, right? We sign up for our lives. And if I didn't have this podcast, if I didn't have this podcast, I wouldn't have been able to even meet Jacqueline Smith, because why would she want to meet me? I wouldn't meet half of the people that I am meeting, because I have now a reason why somebody would want to meet me. Interesting. Now I have like the carrot. Well, I have a podcast. Would you like to be my guest? Would you like to be my guest in my podcast? Ah, yes. Look at this card. See this? Time to rest. Time to rest. The Four of Swords is a rest card. We need to rest more. We need to rest more. We need to rest and relax and release and retrieve ourselves back. Bring it back. Slow it down. So if I hadn't done the podcast, if I hadn't started the podcast, Jacqueline Smith never would have met with me. If I hadn't started the podcast and I hadn't done a video of it, I wouldn't have been able to share that with Jacqueline so she could share it on her YouTube channel, Universal Intuition. Follow her. She's a goddess. Maybe I've mentioned that to you. See, this is a strong suit of mine. And I don't recognize that this is a strong suit of mine, because I think it's just totally normal that when I love somebody, if I love something, if I love a product, a program, something, an idea, I share it with you. I share it with people. And I want people to know people that I know, because I want to support. I want to support other people. I want to support other people. So how do I support myself? How can I support myself? By supporting other people. That's how it works. So do I have an intention? Is there some back here intention? Do I want something out of this? Do I need something out of this? What am I getting out of this? What am I getting out of this? Because I'm not getting paid to do podcasting. I take all my days thinking about who I'm going to interview, doing my process, doing the show notes, doing the interviews, uploading, doing little marketing skits on social media so people can understand who I'm having on for the week. And all of this takes time, energy, and effort. TLC, time, labor, and capital. Have you ever heard that? When I was doing real estate, that was something that people said, oh, it's going to need a little TLC, more like time, labor, and capital. That's what we knew that was going to take, right? It wasn't going to be love. Yeah, maybe love, but it's also going to take time, labor, and capital. What investment can I make in myself? What investment do I want to make in myself and my work and my relationships? What investment do I have in me that I want to share more of with you? What investment? I'm learning how to read birth charts right now from the angel Sinead Fine, Tarot for Women. tarotforwomen.com. Check her out. If you have any interest in tarot cards, so I've got Jacqueline Smith, Universal Intuition on YouTube. I've got Sinead Fine, that is my private personal teacher who teaches me astrology, who teaches me more about tarot. She is a teacher, okay? She's a great, great gal from Ireland. And she is teaching me how to read birth charts right now. And I love it. I love it. I'm so fascinated by birth charts. I'm so interested with this information and how I can use the tarot to help with the world. How can I help you? I did a tarot spread yesterday. I had a friend who needed some counsel. We needed to talk through some things that are happening in her life. She asked me, "Can you come on over? I need your ear, Asa." Sure. 2 hours? Let's do this. Let's do this. You need my help? I'm coming because I love her. She's my girl. She's one of my very, very dearest friends. And she needed to speak what her truth was. I'm just a vessel. I am just a vessel. I'm a mirror. So we did a reading. I brought my tarot cards. Did a spread. Tell me how many cards you want me to pull, my darling. Tell me how many cards you want me to pull, and we're going to find out what you're needing to think about right now. We need to pull 5 cards to find out what you need to think about right now. And with those cards, we get answers. Yeah? What do we need to think about right now? The 6 of Swords. Some more of your swords. 6 of Swords. That's about the mind, about air. It's the air element. And what do we need to think about? Where are we going? Where are we going? Where are we? Are we happy where we are? Because if we're not happy where we are, how are we going to be happy with where we're going? How do we know where we're going? We're on a path. We're going upstream or downstream. Those are our choices. Are we choosing love? Are we choosing fear? Those are our choices. What do we need to think about today, my friends? What do we need to think about today? Love. How can you love more? How can you love yourself more? How can you see yourself more? How do we work with our gifts? Share them with the world. How do we share them with the world? I'm sharing mine right now. These are my gifts, my heart. Sharing them with you. Best day of my life. Hope it is yours as well. Take care. Have a beautiful weekend.